I wanted to make a recording of using your phone's camera to take some extra photos and show you some of the techniques of taking photos of plants. So here we have a little flower that I want to try to take a photo of, but it's kind of hard to see what I'm looking at. So what we're going to do is use the phone to kind of zoom in, and I want to stabilize and give a scale for that flower. And if I touch the screen and I take the photo, you end up with a much nicer photo. I'm going to go back. I also want to take photos of the side of the flower. Again, kind of touch the screen where I want it to focus. It usually gets the lighting right. And then I'm going to zoom back out again to get the whole plant. And I want to try to screen out some of the other things that are in there. Ideally, you want the sun at your back when you're taking these photos. I'm going to zoom into 2x on my particular phone. That's going to work best. Okay, so now when I go to iNaturalist, I'm going to observe what I just added, and I'm going to select this lower right hand corner. I've already taken some photos online. I'm going to look at the ones that I've most recently selected. Now the first one that you upload is going to be the one that people normally see on iNaturalist, and so you want to go with the whole plant as your first photo. So I'm going to go next, and then I'm going to click in the upper left where it says plus, and I'm going to add another photo because it's always good practice to have multiple photos. I'm going to take the front-on photo of the flower next. I don't want to identify anything yet. And then I'm going to add my third photo. Now might be a good idea if I had done this. If I go back to my photos, it might be better if I cropped this so it's a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go back to edit, select crop. Okay, so that we're just seeing the photo itself, and then hit done. It takes a second to save it. And I'm going to go back to iNaturalist. Now let's say I didn't really like that photo. I can delete it and add the third one of that nicely cropped photo. Now I can go to what did you see. It's going to look up the species suggestion. Common blue violet is likely. Now what I'm going to do is hit the information and read a little bit about it. It's within my region. Clearly it's all over the eastern side of the United States. I could select this picture or this species right now, but I'm going to scroll through to see if there are any good suggestions for other photos. Okay, so that's a single leaf showing the margin, whole plant. Looks like I'm getting the same kind of photos as other people. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, yeah, it's probably common and blue violet. I'm going to select that. Now at this point, it's not officially associated with a project. So I'm going to click on projects and select BSc Botany. But I don't need to do that actually because it's already going to go into that project. In other words, if I've taken that photo and it's during the time period that that the project is open, that photo is automatically going to go into BSc Bot 20. So I go back here. I don't need to select a project. Now there is a spot here for captive and cultivated. Typically, you're not going to want to add any captive or cultivated plants, especially for any of these projects. So I'm going to hit share. It's going to take a second to upload it, but that's how I want you to take photos and add